Yeah. Yeah, this is where it hails from. This is where you bitch ass niggas don't even know nothing about this shit. This is what we do. 314 all day. Shout out to everybody that made me. Shout out to the motherfuckers that made that old bust ass nigga over there. Shout out to everybody that do what we do, that did what we did in the time that we did. We the best niggas to jump in, jump out, and got away with it. Y'all niggas ain't cut for my cloth because they stopped making my fabric. Shout out to Hillsdale. Show your aces up. West Side, DeVille, baby. Page and Newstead, 68th Street. Shout out to 67, 69, Pine Lawn, Pagebell, Belder City, Normandy, the Viking Hall Christmas tournaments, all that shit. This is what we do. This is where we hail from. And this is what we got going on. Shout out to everybody that do it. Shout out to everybody that's doing it. We are in week motherfucking 8. Week 1 of the second half of the season. Week 8. Here we are. Together. Me and this Buster. Week 8 of the Monday morning. I'm sorry, the Thursday morning precast. Shout out to everybody.
This guy is on one today, y'all. He is on one. But let me say this. Let me start this show off right. First off, Rankins Crew has terminated its partnership with the faction of the catchphrase, "It's on like my jump shot swish."
The shit you stole.
We could not come to a agreement that both sides like. So the Rankins Crew terminated that partnership, and not only have we terminated that partnership, we have came up with our own trademark new intro for the show. We're going to display it right now. This is for everybody.
All right, introduce Roy from the Rankins Crew.
It is on like our jump shot. Chill-a-little-ling, ching-ching, swish. Now go run, tell that.
I hate you. I hate you and all things that are you. Fuck you and 10 motherfuckers that look like you. Listen, welcome to week 8. This is what we call week 1 of the second half of the season. Shout out to our sponsors on Broadway, 5206 North Broadway. That's where I get my liquor. Owning of our very own El Patron. If you in St. Louis, go down on Broadway right next to Safeway. Go holler at them. Other sponsor, we got BC Plumbers. BC Plumbers, owned and operated by the homie Anthony Clark, a.k.a. Lil Petey.
I text Lil Petey, you know what I'm saying? We've been texting, and he been showing the show love. So I'm not going to say I trademarked little things for Lil Petey. Matter of fact, we going to say, shout out to you, little man.
Shout out to Lil Petey. Get at BC Plumbers for all your commercial and residential plumbing needs. I'm not going to hit y'all with the disclaimer. We already know. You follow the motherfucking shit. Give us our credit. If you don't. I don't get no fucks. But we finna jump into this shit. Week 1. Second half of the season.
This guy is hot. All right, man. Hold on. Let me pick the first game. First off, before we even go into the games, we just had a major trade go down 5 minutes before the show. Major trade. Black Republicans is trading Amari Cooper. You've been shopping them all week. So if you needed a wide receiver, you had your chance. He shopped Amari Cooper and Rico Dowdle to the Gronk, who I thought could definitely use some players. Or a 2025 first via the St. Louis
U-City
Lions. And 2025 third via Missouri Kings.
You don't get that first round that you was out there too cheap to motherfucking buy. We saw the motherfucking offers. We heard of the motherfucking offers. And that was bullshit that you offered, and that's why you missing out. So you might as well go ahead and continue to try to play your heart out because it's gone. And the only way you're not getting it back, Wilson does not trade picks. Wilson does not trade
I
picks.
will. I will say, I thought
Mhm.
Brian could have offered a better deal for his pick, but Brian is fighting, man. He's fighting. He's fighting, and he didn't want to give up the players required
To get that pick back.
to get the pick back. But I thought he could have made a better deal to the
Mhm.
Gronk. He didn't. So that's that. That's
We
that.
we and also while I got a second on Brian, we heard rumblings of your other motherfucking offer. Nigga, you just a trash ass cheap motherfucker. The same way. I'm done.
I didn't hear any rumblings. I don't hear rumblings until the trades are done. So I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't have to. I'm the co-commish for a reason.
Okay, I mean
All
maybe you
right.
heard rumblings.
Mhm. All right, so this week we're gonna jump into the standings while you mull over what games you want to start with. In the North, you got the People's Champ with a one-game lead over the New York City Matrix. Missouri Kings with a two-game lead over the Gronk, and he's hot on your heels in the West. Team Commission, number one team in all the land, one-game lead on Chibo Burgers, the number one team in bragging rights and the leading scorer. And then you had Ass Kickers in the East with a two-game lead over Cheese Dud Eye. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kings Commish, Missouri Kings in second place. Shout out to the Kings. Shout out to the Kings. The Ass Kickers in third. People's Champ coming up at the fourth. Burgers fifth. Boss sixth. 7 Gronk and Hurricane Walker 8. The rest of you motherfuckers need to get your weight up if you want to get mentioned. That's the way the standings go out. Where we start?
I mean, we can
Team of the
start,
week. I mean, the game of the week. It's got to be the game of the week.
and that would be.
Missouri Kings and New York City Matrix.
Why would that be the number one game of the week?
No, number one game of the week. We got commissioner versus co-commissioner. It was actually number one and number two in the league as far as hierarchy, commissioner, co-commissioner, but I have dropped down to third place. Man, this is gonna be a good one. 5-2, 7-0, both lead their divisions. 255 on the projections and the home field advantage. You got Barkley projected to hit 21, Lamb projected to hit 21, and Arcane projected to hit a dub. On the other
That's
side,
we like
pardon
to
me,
call him a chain.
Chain. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
all right, a Chain.
Orin.
Make
What
sure
you
you get
should
the
be
nigga name right.
Orin.
I'm sorry. Hey, Jordan Love on the other side, Mason and Jacobs, who got his first receiving touchdown of his career last week. Projected
Mm.
hit 226. That is a 29-point advantage in the projections.
You got it as? What you got it as?
Let's say 29.
226. Y'all done boosted. Who y'all put in the lineup to
I ain't
boost
did
up
nothing. My starters is my starters.
y'all done boost.
Period.
Y'all was at like 218 earlier.
But we
Who
not no.
y'all who y'all put in that lineup to boost that?
Hey, I'm sorry
Look,
that you're not paying attention. Now we got some questionables out there. Jordan Mason's still questionable. He had that shoulder thing and he's nursing an ankle. Same thing with Jaden Reed. Lab McConkey had a whole hip thing going. So everybody practiced today, or I might take that back. Somebody sat out on the other side. But Green Bay going up against the Jacksonville, that's going to be an interesting one. You got Caleb Williams in the starting lineup on the other side. Saquon Barkley. Caleb Williams, listen, I am going to give Caleb Williams his flowers because I was very critical of him. Uh, and he's going out there and he's putting up good numbers and he's made his way into the starting lineup. I've been saying last year towards the end and all of this year, Mahomes has been trailing. He's been downsliding. So the commish, he went out there and Caleb Williams, I fucks with it. Kenneth Walker, just having a bomb ass year. CD Lamb, same thing. St. Brown, all of these trade motherfuckers. This dude is a great GM. At the end of the day, how do we view this? This is a must win for the ass kickers. This is a must win for Team Commish. Must win for Team Commish because Team Commish has committed to 17-0. So he has to win this in order to keep that streak. The ass kickers need this win to keep from going 5-3 and hearing Lennox motherfucking mouth. I said I was going to sweep the South. That did not happen. So here we are. I am going to say the ass kickers go 6-2 and they give Team Commish their first motherfucking loss.
We don't see it that way. We see Team Commish winning this one. We are definitely Team Commish is definitely worried about the stat, especially with Jacksonville being ranked 32 in the defense. But as everybody knows, I am a Jacksonville Jaguar fan.
Super fan.
And my team is gonna come through for me.
Mm.
Man, I can see there's a path. Jacksonville at home with the fans behind them screaming, Duval! And it becomes a defensive slobber knocker. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
A defensive slobber knocker.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurts the stack. And it really, the stack, here's the thing with the stack. Stack is amazing. We'll get a stack his credit. But if that defensive slobber knocker happens, you got Love, Jacobs, Reed, the kicker, and the head coach. That's 5 guys.
In one game.
And that could just that's 5 main guys. That could shrink everything. Now, on the opposite side, if it's a offensive game where both teams is going back and forth, everybody has to keep scoring, then that could be that could be hurtful for Team Commish. On the other side, though, the Team Commish is not decided if Caleb Williams is gonna start. Really depends on if Jaden Daniels is out for Washington.
Why?
Because if Jaden Daniels is out, the Chicago Bears defense is a mug. They're gonna play against Mariota. That means Caleb Williams will probably see more opportunities to keep scoring because Mariota he would definitely have them punting the ball a lot more than Jaden Daniels would. So Mariota, if he's starting, even though they look good against Carolina, that's Carolina. It ain't the Bears defense. So if Mariota starts, then Caleb Williams, because we think he'll probably get 3, maybe even 4 extra possessions with Mariota as a starter versus Jaden Daniels. Outside of that, man, we just need everybody to come and do their thing. We are slightly a little nervous about Cooper Kupp, but the trade rumors and all that stuff had died down, and we know that Matt Stafford is going to take care of Cooper Kupp. That's a given. They love each other. They on the same path all the time. And that game is in LA, so yes. Kupp, a little what Von Achane, they're going up against Arizona with Tua back. Von Achane catches a lot of passes out the backfield, so he might catch 6 or 7 passes out the backfield, do his thing. Kittle he got a foot sprain. He should play. He's a man. He should play. And with all those guys hurt for San Fran, Kittle should be a good passing target. So, listen, we definitely nervous about Green Bay stat. We somewhat nervous about Jordan Mason, but we hope in Dallas. They got a good defensive coordinator. I forget his name. He's the head coach. Sure, he'll throw 9 in the box and challenge the wide receivers versus letting Jordan Mason,
Is that
run up and down.
a wish, a hope, or is that what you truly
Just
think?
it's just football common sense. Who's the best player with if Debo's not playing,
Mhm,
Ayuk is out.
mhm,
What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna try to at least establish the run. They're gonna come out 5 wide.
mhm.
So of
Ron
course
Jennings is still a threat.
he's not.
He's
He
not?
he had, he he's not.
Okay.
Like I mean, if you're gonna rank Ron Jennings, what are you ranking him?
I'm not, when I'm ranking him, third or fourth best
Third
on
or fourth what? No,
best
I'm
on that
talking
team.
about it.
Oh, in wide receivers? Oh shit.
Yeah.
He'd be lucky to hit 70.
No. He's not the 70th worst wide receiver, but he's not top 30.
Oh, no, no.
Okay, so he's not. I mean, if would he? I mean, outside of the injuries that they got, could you see a team that you could drop him on and say he's our number one wide receiver?
No. But you think
Okay,
back now, remember we had
okay.
hold on. Remember we had the conversation about Mooney in LTK's game. Now, prior to that, he was ranked in the 30s and he was kicking out 8, 9 points a game. Then he went out there and had a kick ass game. So
But
does that mean it's the same situation?
because you got London was the number one. It's the difference when you got somebody number one and then you playing off them being number one. That's fine and dandy. But he is the number one.
Mhm.
So it's a
You just
difference.
said that Kittle's going to go ahead and be their number one in the
But
passing.
Kittle's a tight end.
Yes.
Kittle's a tight end. It's like Kelsey. Kelsey's a tight end.
Yeah.
But what is
Has
what
Kelsey
is
ever led the game and the series in
Kelsey's a
receptions and
tight.
yards?
Listen, calm down.
Hmm?
Calm down for a second. I know you're trying to make a point to help your boy out. But listen, Kelsey's a tight end. But what has the Chiefs constantly been searching for since they traded away Tyreek Hill?
Wide receiver. Hollywood.
Constantly.
Wide
Constantly.
yeah.
Okay, then. So that's what I'm saying. Jennings steps in as the number one. He's a good player, but if I'm Dallas,
Mhm.
if I'm Dallas, you stop Mason. You stop Mason, and then they one dimensional. And now who you got Trayvon Diggs? Bland ain't bad, but you still got Trayvon Diggs. You expect Trayvon Diggs to be able to shut down Jawan Jennings.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
All right. I thought
So, we won't we hoping Mason gets shut down. Bowers going up against the Chiefs defense. That's always a tough matchup. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So
Okay,
it's
for
a
sure.
pathway. It's a pathway that the ass kickers could come in under 2,000. I mean under 200 like they did last week against World Boss.
Mhm.
But the narrative that team commission's been pushing to his players and his team is we're gonna have to outscore 'em. We can't depend on Jacksonville defense. We can't depend on Dallas defense. We gotta go out there. If he scored 235, we gotta score 240. You know what I'm saying? If it bumps up to 240, we gotta score 250.
The one interesting thing about this game is, for the most part, when we come back in studio, our
It'll
game
be over.
can near be decided because I think you
There's
guys
no Monday night game. So
going Sunday
it'll
night
be
at
it'll be
7:20
Mason versus Kittle
a.m.
and Lamb.
Yeah, it'll be Mason.
Mason versus Kittle and Lamb.
Yeah. So
Everybody
we
else
come
could
back.
be done.
Now, I've done this before, and I'm putting you on the spot again. You want to bet that double quarter pounder with cheese?
I don't know why you keep trying to make me bet. Can we move on to the next
Well,
game?
I don't know.
I'm going with Team Commish for the win.
Hmm.
We'll be on air. It probably will be tense
Oh,
depending on what the score is.
yeah. So, you don't want to bet that double quarter pounder with cheese?
Oh man, would you like? What do you want me? No. I do not want to bet. And for future reference,
Mm-hmm.
as Mike Tomlin would say never, but never. Okay?
All right.
I'm
Well,
not betting.
I will see your motherfucking ass on the Monday
Give
morning
me
quarterback
give me
game.
all biblical like Mike Tomlin in it.
Mhm.
Never say never, but never.
We gonna see. So we gonna move on. Again, the ass kickers they win. He think his bullshit gonna win. So we gonna see. We gonna move on.
Just for the record,
Mm-hmm.
the South went 4-0
Mm-hmm.
versus the East last week.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the first time in history
Mm-hmm.
that a division sweeps all 4 weeks. That'd be 16-0 versus the East. Is
Yeah.
that possible?
No, it's not. Anywho, next up, Cheese the Dime versus World Boss.
World both.
Cheese the Don currently sits second in the division below 500 at 3-4, 226 on the projection. You got Jalen Hurts, great trade. Aaron Jones and Alvin Kamara, 21, 20, and 19. 4-3 World Boss, third in their division. Projected hit 236. You got Bijan, projected hit 23. Jefferson at 20. And Mariota. This nigga picked up Mariota. I think he starts Mariota. He has to start Mariota. That's his stat. Um, this is going to be an interesting one because again, you say that I say the this is a must win, and I do say it a lot, but I always have a rationale behind it. Cheese the Don is a must win for two reasons. One, he must avenge the East from the loss that the ass kickers took last week. Two,
What?
coming.
What is
Did I
about the
finish?
ass kickers?
Did I finish? You can have all your you can have
What?
all your time. You can have
What?
all your
Man,
time,
that's
my nigga.
ridiculous. But that's a ridiculous reason.
You're gonna
I'm
have
just not
all
gonna let you just cruise on by doing 120 and a 60 with that comment. Come on, man. Revenge the loss for the ass kickers. Man, finish, but come on. We're
he
just not
must
gonna
avenge
let
the loss
that.
to the ass kickers. Plus two, he comes in, he talks so much shit. You gotta back this up. Three, you don't want to continue to be Mr. 5-9. Mr. 5-9. Prove the show wrong. World Boss, they sit 4-3. They gonna go, they gotta win this just because they don't want to hear Cheese the Don shit. Overall, the South and the East, this is not only do we have rivalries inside the two divisions, but this is becoming a division versus division rivalry because it's getting crazy. It's a lot of shit talking. But on the flip side, we got both of these guys. Mariota is starting. Bijan having a great season. Terry McLaurin, that stack. Kareem Hunt, great pickup. Great motherfucking pickup. You saw it. You had vision that nobody else see. And I fucks with that. I give flowers. Cade Otton is getting a start because shit, everybody else is fucking injured. Ridley, you know, on the other side, you got Hurts, Jones, Chase Brown, Kamara, Olave's questionable, Njoku. Are they really leaving anything on the bench that I think they might want to switch out? I honestly, he made a comment earlier that Chuck sold him damaged goods on that Dallas Goedert tight end trade. At the end of the day, honestly, and this ain't no hate. I got Cheese the Don getting back to 500 and coming back, and they sending the World Boss back to 500. They go ahead, pull it out. Shout out to Cheese the Don, East Division, motherfucking Division Unity. Fuck the world, bitches. I'm off.
Okay. Anyway, not getting Jaden Daniels start because his rib injury is concerning. Um, LBJ Bijan, yo, he's been killing it. You know what I'm saying? LBJ Bijan been killing it. Kareem Hunt going up against Vegas. Listen, until the Chiefs just traded for D Hop. But until he's incorporating the offense and this and that, Kareem Hunt inside the 5 is the guy. They rarely throwing it. They always last week I think they had 5 touchdowns, 4 or 5 touchdowns, all were running plays. So inside the 5, they are running it, not passing it, and that is great. That's great for Hunt because he's the man. He's taking over that backfield. So as long as he stay healthy, he's the man. He looks like Ridley's in the starting offense. Ah, uh, 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 that Titans offense is trash. If QJ can go, I would switch him out, but he might can't go. It's down. He didn't practice today, so on the other side, Cheese the Don. Listen, Cheese.
Before you switch over to Cheese, real quick, I don't think he has anybody else that he could sub in. Maybe he could go 2 tight ends with Ben Sinnott, but other than that, maybe Zach Ertz on the 2 tight ends. But really, he doesn't have a choice but to put really in. Like it's, I mean, and then Cedric Tillman, that's a boomer, but that's either going to make him look like a genius or look like a heel. And I'm sorry for
Amari Cooper is gone. So who Winston? Winston gonna throw that ball. Winston ain't scared. Who he gonna throw to?
You're right. I just was saying that it takes balls to do this. I
don't think so. I don't think so. You gotta have somebody to throw to.
Got to.
And Winston gonna throw the ball. On the other side, Cheese or Don. Let me speak to you, Cheese. If you watch it, sometimes you don't like to watch it. I gotta force you to watch the show. Use some of that St. Louis logic until you say you scared to watch the show. And St. Louis people so stupid that if you say you scared to watch the show, they gonna watch it to prove you wrong. But I wanted you to watch the show anyway, so I don't care about you proving me wrong about being scared because you did what I wanted you to do. That's just how stupid y'all are. And Cheese, you is definitely one of the stupidest people I know. Back to what I was going to say. Cheese, the Don. You need to make sacrifice to the fantasy football guys. You've been playing around with their name and they showing you what they about. The first time you mocked me when I was showing love to the guys. And ever since then, you mocked me. What happened? You had 172 points on a game you needed. Oh, you just paused. I thought you was froze. You had 172 points on the game you needed. You came in stinker of the week. The person who you was playing only scored like 190. You should have won that game, but you mocked the fantasy football guy. So then next week, you had a game that looked like it was in the bag, and you end up losing 206.77 to 206.45 or something like that. I mean, super close.
I'll tell you exactly what it was.
Then, I don't care about the score. I just know it was close. And then this last week, it started off terrible, but then you came charging on Sunday. I mean, it looked like you had Chibo Burgers beat. I mean, you had a big 269 or 239, 239 number. It looked Chibo was down on Monday, 176. Remember one because I said if he get 190, he fine. But he was only at 176. You was at 236. You had like a 50, 60 point lead. And then he ended up getting 64 from 2 players, and he still had a safety. Ended up scoring 250. You had the second best score of the week, and it still got you an L. And the bragging rights, you got 14 wins, but in the season, you took an L. So what I'm saying is, you need to provide sacrifice to the guys somehow, some way. I don't know what it is. Maybe you trade Pitts.
No, God.
Maybe
I knew
you trade Pitts. I'm not saying that's gonna work, I'm just saying, you gotta do something. I made plenty of sacrifice. I give out free advice. I help guys out that hurt me. I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things. I do some trades that ain't always like I did a trade today or yesterday where I traded the number one safety in the league for a cornerback. Eh, I might, yeah, he might not even this cornerback I traded for. He probably not even gonna start for me this week. But you know what I said, guys, this is you've done so much for me. Here's my sacrifice again. And some people don't believe in it, but I do. And cheese. Nobody takes 3 brutal losses like that just because. You
I,
fucked up when you mess with the gods, and now they make an example. Just listen.
I agree.
Make a
He made fun of like right now in the room. I'm looking at it. This the shit. This the dumb shit you say. I got Brian winning the South. Why do you just come in there just saying dumb off the wall shit? That is like the stupidest shit ever. The dumbest shit. And if for some reason you think the shit is cute or you I don't know, but you sound like a fucking tard every time you do some dumb shit. But at the end,
There's nothing wrong with it.
there's nothing
That's
wrong
his
with it.
opinion.
Man, shit. Oh, Brian winning the South. I'm asking your opinion now.
I don't know.
Hmm?
Let's get to
Okay.
we can get to
So
Brian. We can get to Brian. No,
so
I
who
don't
wins
think
this?
Brian's win the South.
Huh?
I got uh man, I ain't gonna lie, it was a much easier game if Jaden Daniels playing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if I could trust Mariota against that Chicago defense,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't like the aura around Cheese the Dime. So I'm gonna go with World Boss. 4-0, 3 games away from the 7-0 that we
That you
predict.
predicted. I fucks with that. I fucks with that. So listen, Chiefs and Don, get your shit together. Let's move on to. I want to go Hurricane Walker and Broad Street Bullyfoots.
Mm.
Hurricane Walker currently sits 3-4, third in the West. Projected hit 231. Josh Allen 26. Gibbs 20. Cook. Broad Street Bullyfoots, the defending champion, sits at 2-5, 213 on the projection. You got Hill with Tua back, Trevor Lawrence trash ass, and DJ Moore.
There you go. Speeding
I get,
for no reason.
I get
Speeding for no reason.
what?
You go speeding in the 60 for no reason and think like you just not gonna get pulled over.
You gonna have your time? I'm sure you're gonna pull
No,
me up.
I know you wanna keep speeding and not get stopped, but you gonna get stopped every time you go speeding. And just say Trevor Lawrence trash, that's like speeding through a fucking school zone. So you goddamn right, I'm gonna stop you every goddamn time. Trevor
Okay.
Lawrence is not trash.
He out there
We is
robbing the
not
motherfucker.
going
He
up.
out there
We
robbing
is
that
not
time.
we is not
Every,
doing that tonight.
every week he go in there and get his check. He might as well come in there with a motherfucking mask on
Making
and
stars. Do you see Brian
tell the
Thomas
bitch
Jr.?
that's handing out the check, bitch, you know what it is. That's what he. Anyway, listen, you got Etienne, Spears, Addison, Hill with Tua back, Leggett, Bullyfoots. Man, I don't understand how you was damn near leading the league in scoring all last year, and this year you stink like you are horrible. Hurricane Walker on the other end, you got Josh Allen, Gibbs, great draft pick, Cook. Debo, I mean, yeah, that's Debo. I don't know why you got Debo in there. I don't
You
think
know why he got Debo in there.
don't
I
do
don't
this.
know
You
why.
know what? No,
Oh,
you're not gonna
what
do this
the
so
fuck
much
you
time.
mean
You're
you don't
not
know
gonna
why
do
he
this
got
so much
Debo in
time.
there?
You can do
What
this
the
shit
fuck?
on your. You can.
No, why would you say that though? I don't know why you got that. Is about the most asinine thing I heard in my fucking
I'm
life.
gonna let you
Why do
have.
you think? You can say what you want. I just want to know why do you think he got Debo in there?
So you got Debo in there. You got Schultz. Wanderlei. What? Listen, if I were you, I would start Roma Duze in the place of Debo Samuel because Caleb Williams is going up against a Washington defense with no quarterback. That is probably your best go. I don't understand why Koo is on the bench for Elliott, who's ranked 31, and you got Koo, who's having an off year, a down year, and he's ranked 6. Come on, Walker, you better than this. Look, I got you
Wait,
winning.
is he
I'm
really?
not even gonna lie to you. Honestly, real spill. If he don't fix this, Broad Street Bullyfoot goes to 3-5, and you go to 3-5. If you don't fix this, if you fix this, then you go ahead and win. But
That's not the
again, I can't call this at the end of the day. If you fix your lineup and you put a
uh,
Duze in, you win. If you don't and you
uh,
keep it the way it is, you lose. Now you can go ahead and
you'll
shit on
probably
it.
I'm sure you'll probably give him a text.
I
Listen,
will not. I didn't do. I
listen.
didn't do it the last time. I don't get
I know
involved
why
with
you
niggas
didn't
shit.
give it the
I
last
no. I
time.
don't. I didn't text him the last time. Brandon. That's Brandon's actual blood cousin. Just like that's Chuck. Yo,
That's
he didn't text him. At the end of the day, we men.
mm,
We grown men. You go out there.
uh,
You fix your fucking lineup. Or you
uh,
lose.
whatever. Anyway, here's the thing. Earlier, you said you don't know how he went from being the champ to being 2-5. Well, it's just that simple. When Tua got hurt, first off, Tua wasn't having a great season to start with, but he got hurt. Tyreek Hill died last year. Tyreek Hill was on a historic run, looking like he was going to do 2,000.
Wasn't
So he
the
was
difference between him and CD Lamb like point 0.3 points
when
last year?
I don't know. I know
I,
he
I
was.
remember. I remember saying that it was like point 0.3, point 0.5 points difference
I
between
don't.
1 and 2.
I don't know. I don't remember. I know he at one point people was saying he could go for 2,000 yards till he got hurt towards the end of the season. So, ETN's been hurt. I mean, he just had it. He's had a ton of injuries this year, and players underperforming, and that's pretty much been his big deal. But if Tyreek Hill comes back, they playing Arizona too. Tyreek Hill comes back, um, he can swing a matchup because he might only be projected to do like 19, 18, 20 something, and he could go for 40. He could go for 50 and Tua will keep feeding him. Tua will let him eat. Hill is a game changer. On the other side, Hurricane Walker is on cruise control. We should call him autopilot Hurricane because that's exactly what he's on. And if the players just act right, if I don't know why you showing that, but if the players just act right, all they gotta do is act right for Hurricane Walker. He don't have to show up all year. You know what I'm saying? We wondering why this and why that is ain't in the lineup. It's quite simply Hurricane Walker sets his lineup and he's done. Now I heard from his cousin, that he's in another league and in that other league, he act right. Like if I was in that other league and I was the commissioner in that other league, I wouldn't have to call him out every goddamn week if I was in that league. But in this league, it's his secondary league. It's his third, maybe it's fourth league. Maybe we haven't rose to that top billing that makes him want to wake up on Sunday. Because mother, anyway, I still got Hurricane Walker winning. It's just not Bullyfoot's year. He's still fighting though, but it's just not his year. So I got Hurricane Walker winning. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a shame that somebody who is uh, such a bad owner has this collection of talent and is not taking advantage of it. But who cares? I'll see. It's great content, and at the end of the day, it helps me out because I don't want to get surprised in the playoff by a good team. You know what I'm saying? And catch me on an off day. I much rather just keep destroying all these teams that can't compete.
All right. Now, we got us a good one coming up next. The Gronk versus the People's Champ.
Mm.
The Gronk currently sits 3-4 with that great trade that they just did
It was a good trade.
against the 4-3 People's Champ. Gronk projected hit 215. People's Champ projected hit 224. That's a 7-point difference. No, that's 9. I'm sorry, 9-point difference. Birdie 23. Purdy 23. Swift 19. Dak 18. Who you start? Who is he going to start? Let me see. On the other side, you have. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. You got Joe Burrow start. So he's starting Brock Purdy. On the other side, you have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. That stack is stacking. That stack is doing what he wanted it to last year. It's doing it real big this year. 3-4, 4-3. Brandon first in his division. Gronk second in the division, right behind Missouri Kings. Who we're going to do next? I honestly, this is different. This is Juwan Jennings is questionable, so he might not even play. I don't even know what he got going. I can't. I'm
All
gonna
right,
say
let me help
People's Champ
everybody out.
goes 5-3. Gronk, they go. Nope, I can't even lie. I can't even lie.
Well, let me help everybody out because
Gronk 4-4.
you are born us being on the fence, okay? Either you make a decision or you let the big dogs handle it.
Oh, your motherfucking ass go out here and say, you know what? You was a piece of shit.
When I don't make a decision, then I give it up. But I don't keep and then I try to step in and save you, and you go, wait a minute.
Listen, Gronk goes 4-4. They go back to
Oh, so you're
900.
making the decision now.
People's Champ, they go 4-4.
Just for the
But they
people watching.
remain in first place. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight than a motherfucker.
God, look at this. Okay, just for the people watching, when I say St. Louis people are stupid, you see, I called them out, and just to prove me wrong, he had to pick a side. You know what I'm saying?
51 to 49%. This is a tight one. This is a tight one. And puss ass
right.
nigga, you a St. Louis nigga too. Shut the
Listen,
fuck
here
up.
we go. Let me tell you.
Mm.
All right. So, but St. Louis people champ. Metcalf's out. DK Metcalf look like he's out. He might tough it out and start and try to play. If he does, he got a 4 o'clock game. I don't know if Brandon can take that risk.
Real quick, and I'm sorry, I meant to say this in my thing. I want to give a quote. This is a quote from the People's Champ based on the trade that we just talked about with the Black Red. We're going to get really deep into that. He says, I love having Wilson in my division. This nigga's terrible at fantasy football. Easy money. That's a direct quote from the People's Champ. I wanted to make sure that I got that in there. Yo ball.
Unbelievable for you to even bring that up. But anyway, that just goes towards Wilson is rebuilding. Listen, it's
We'll
other
do
people.
Wilson's game.
It's no. It's other people in that division also that's worse. I mean, right now that's the easiest division to be in. It's one of the worst divisions in the league. So of course he loved it. I mean, who wouldn't? Back, but let's also. I think he did beat Wilson, but let's not forget the People's Champ lost 2 games to some of the worst teams in this fucking league.
Mm-hmm.
But he made great trades since then. He realized that he was in trouble. George Pickens going up against the Giants is big money. I think the game comes down. This game comes down to Tank Dell. When Nico Collins went out, Tank Dell had a pretty good rookie year. When Nico Collins went out, Tank Dell was supposed to step up. the last 2 weeks without Nico Collins, against New England, he had 20, but okay, the last 3 weeks, I think he had a 7, then he had a 20, and last week he basically didn't catch anything. He just had 4 targets.
Or
He was
target.
trash. Nico Tank Dell's gotta step up for the Gronk to be anything. Now he did just trade for Cooper and Rico Dowdle. I don't know if he gonna start either one of them. Maybe he take. I don't know. I don't know if he gonna. I wouldn't take Tank Dell out. Henry
And that's
seeming
what
like Hunter Henry seeming like he's become Drake May's #1 wide receiver, even though he's a tight end. I don't know why they don't pass the ball to Pop Douglas every game. Every Pop Douglas should get 21 targets a game because the rest of that receiving core is ass.
Can I make an observation real quick? Green Bay's defense is I won't say worse, just to use a better term. They're not as good as Indy's defense, in my opinion. And if you don't got 4 targets and no catches against Green Bay, Indy not gonna let you get shit for Tank.
Nah, I don't buy that. I think Indy defense is trash. And that's great. See, that's the thing. You gotta with fantasy football, you have to think about tackles, especially if you're getting a lot of tackles. Usually the bad teams, the bad defenses get a lot of tackles because it's a lot of people always catching passes or running the ball on them. So Indy, one thing about Indy, they got in fantasy, they got one of the top safeties. They got like 2 or 3 top linebackers. They got a cornerback who gets like 10. Like, where's all these tackles coming from for Indy? You know where they're coming from? This team just be running the fucking ball up on them. Indy defense is trash. Absolutely trash. So Tank Dell against Indy might be good money. I would not take him out against Indy.
They got a projection 14.7.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know where he gonna fit. Probably, like I said, Hunter Henry will probably be out, and that's where Amari Cooper slide in. He'll keep Rico Dowdle on the bench, you know. Outside of that, man, I'm gonna go with Gronk going 4-4. I'm gonna People's Champ going
4-4.
4-4. Gronk did let me know after he pulled off that trade. And one of the reasons he made that trade is because he wants to make history. So let's shout out to Gronk for going for it. Would have been real easy to sit on that trade. He going for it. So I gotta give him his love. I love that. I love that.
Okay. So 4-4, 4-4. Now I want to jump to.
Let's go to my guy. Let's just go to my guy because he
I was getting ready to go New York.
Watching the show. He gonna try to start watching the show. So
I want the Black Republicans, but I'm getting rid of the real motherfuckers first, and we do Black Republicans next because they got a tight one with El Patron, which is trash. That's the shit bowl. But I want to go Missouri Kings, New York City Matrix, only because New York City Matrix and their projection is 207, 202. That's a tight one. Missouri Kings sits 5-2, first in their division. Geno Smith, Mayfield, Hubbard on the other side, 202, 3-4, second in the division. Joe Mixon, Malik Neighbors is back, and Wilson. Listen, this is, again, a must win, only because Missouri Kings, you can't lose to the Matrix. You cannot lose to the Matrix. Matrix, if you want to try to make this a motherfucking season, you got to win. And the overall reality is I'm finna go ahead. I'm not even finna get it because I want you to have all of this because you like Lil Larry and you hate say it. And I want
his name Big Lawrence.
No, his name is actually Lawrence Jackson.
Big Lawrence.
I call that motherfucker Lil Larry, and it is what it is.
When we was at the draft party, and he checked you and said, "Don't call me Lil Larry." You said, "You got that."
Okay.
Am I lying?
You're not at all.
So call him Big Lawrence, man. I don't get behind the mic and call him Lil Larry. When I was in person, he was like, "Call me my name Lawrence," and he was like, "You got it. I ain't Lil Larry." You said, "You got it." That was face to face. You get behind this goddamn microphone, and he Lil Larry all of a sudden.
Lil Larry is
We
also 5'8", 113.
don't matter where he is. When y'all was face to face, my man said with baby, he said it with his chest. Don't call me Lil Larry. My name's Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
You said, you got that.
I do
Now you
100%.
get in this safe space in the studio behind the microphone, and he Lil Larry again. No, his name is Big Lawrence.
You call it what the fuck you want to on your time.
Just saying,
Anyway,
it's 3 Lawrence in this league. Lawrence Tarkson, Lawrence Jackson, Lawrence Hogan. So to distinguish the 3, we call him Big Lawrence because that's what he is. He Big Lawrence.
Anyway.
And when he was at the draft party, you said, all right. It was that face to face.
Oh,
the man said it with his
that
chest.
year where he sat and was like, damn, I guess I got to do this by myself this year. Yeah, I remember that. Anyway,
Okay,
Big
so
Lawrence.
you remember that. You
Big
remember
Lawrence,
what his name
Big
was.
Lawrence, 5-2. Listen, you cannot lose to Said. Said, you cannot lose to this nigga and expect to make a run. But I have Cedric, New York City, because we talked about, you said Said will not win another motherfucking game this season. You said on every Thursday morning pre-cop, you was gonna ask the question, does Said win this? Is this the week? This the week. This the week Said goes ahead and knocks out Lawrence Jackson. Now, I'm gonna cut my mic off. You can go through the numbers, you can go through the people, you can do however you want to.
Go through shit.
Go through
Said
whatever.
ain't winning no fucking game with his old trash ass lineup. Okay, I mean, hell no.
The fact that it's close, if his lineup is that trash, the fact that it's close with Lil Larry, Lawrence Jackson.
Big Lawrence lost his top wide receiver, the number 2 wide receiver in the game. Now, if I got any problem with this lineup, and if Big Lawrence or his cousin is watching, I would say I would start Dontavian Wicks. They're going up against the Jaguars, who are the 32nd ranked defense against the pass.
Why'd you mention his cousin?
Because, I mean, listen, I help out people all the time. No, I help out people all the time. So, Trey Palmer, I get it. Trey Palmer is, Evans and Godwin hurt. Trey Palmer and McMillan, they supposed to step in and be the guy.
And it's the stack.
I don't give a fuck. Trey Palmer is not. Listen, if you got a chance to start Trey Palmer or you got a chance to start Dontavian Wicks versus Atlanta's defense versus Jacksonville defense, I'm going with Wicks. I mean, Wicks, I think, had 14 points last week. I get it. Wicks and burned you before, and when a player burn you after coming off a big week and then they have a dud week, you don't want to fuck with them no more. I get it. Matter of fact, he had 2 duds. I think he had that 26-point game, and he might have left him on the bench. Then he had 2 duds after that. Last week he had 14 with a touchdown, 6 targets, 3 catches. I get it. It's again, like I said, I like the odds. I would go with Wicks. He's going with Palmer. That might be the difference in a big time, upset. But I don't think New York City Matrix can beat anybody.
I see 3 wins that says differently.
Yeah, 3 wins against the South. Yeah, piece of shit division. If I was Big Lawrence, I'd be trying. I don't know. I know you like Wicks and you wanted Wicks. I would be trying to trade Wicks to you for Devontae Smith. Maybe Big Lawrence got to throw in an extra something. But I would definitely do that trade or try to do that trade. Like I don't need to know whether you would do it or not. It wouldn't make a difference. I'm saying if I was him, I would try.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna say this. You ready?
Here we go.
If I were to consider that trade for Smith, it would take Wicks, Troy Franklin.
Then that would be it. I wouldn't offer you. I wouldn't let you get anything else from me.
And a second next year. That's what I would do.
No,
Smith,
he don't have a second.
Smith,
He don't have a second, and I wouldn't offer a second.
that's
If you
you.
getting
You telling me what I
Wicks, if you
would say?
getting me, you getting. Listen, I'm just saying. That's what I'll offer. I'll offer it. I would do those two because you're getting two. You're getting a first year guy, and everybody knows that first to second year jump is always good. You're getting a first year guy who's going to probably be the man next year. So you're giving up a lot for right now, and you're getting Wicks, who is a good. It's a crowded receiving room, but he gets his money when he gets his money. He ain't no bum. You can see the talent. So that would be it. That would be it. But what I would also do if I was him is I'd probably try to find a team that's not doing so well that might be willing to give up a good player even though they're not doing so well. And I'd offer Godwin. It was just a dislocated ankle. So I'd offer Godwin because next year he's gonna be back and Wicks and see if they might. Because listen, Godwin, he won't be. He's a free agent. He'll be back next year. If you're not doing good this year, he was the number 2 guy. So because I considered like maybe I can go after Godwin, but I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm not looking for next year, but a team that might not be in it, like people like a Bullyfoot. Maybe you offer Wicks and Godwin for DJ Moore, Wicks and Godwin for Jordan Addison. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's how you get creative. You know what I'm saying? Who else ain't in it? I don't know if El Patron might still think he in it. He really can't do business with the Lions.
The Lions?
Parks, Bucks. I don't think New Northside's got nothing that's worth anything. So yeah, and the Black Republicans just sold they guy off. But he might be willing to sell Romeo Dobbs. I don't know if Big Lawrence watched the show, he get to the segment. So it's just some stuff I threw out there. But we haven't wasted too much time. Let's move on to the next game.
Who wins?
I got look, come on, man. Fucking Big Lawrence, he is not losing to this ball. Listen, man, real quick, because I know you want to push this said. He's a player. Said it. That's my guy. Real quick. Somehow he scored 200. Somehow he scored 200 week 1. After that, 178. Week 3, 197. Week 4, 178. Week 5, 188. Week 6, 193. Week 7, 188. I don't give 3 fucks about that 202 projection when this motherfucker has been under 200 6 out of 7 weeks. Okay?
He do.
Huh?
I'm saying he do.
Do what?
I'm fucking with you.
Do what?
Do you know what? Again, I already made my prediction, so we moving on. Now, this is where I'm gonna go ahead and jump into El Patron and Black Republicans. I was gonna go New Northsiders, but I'm gonna finish out with Bucks and New Northsiders, respectively. El Patron, 3 and 4, 4th in the West Division. Black Republicans, 1 and 6, 4th in the North Division. Projections, 181, 185. Black Republicans, El Patron, respectively. I'm not gonna go through these numbers because nobody gives a fuck about none of this.
Just do your spiel. We know why we say this guy. We
I didn't
know
say
why we say this game for last.
this ain't even last. This ain't even nowhere near last. We got 3
This
games.
is my guy. This is my guy. You ready to go in on? You heard?
I'm
Heard
not.
he been watching the show, and
Oh,
now you
dude, he's been
finna you
watching the show.
finna
I know
put
he's been
on
watching the show,
like you
nigga. You
finna
know,
put
I
on
know
a
you've been watching the show.
You
At
don't
the
know
end of the
anything.
day, 3-4, 1-6, 185, 181. Black Republicans just did a deal, and he got Brian's first and little LTK Lawrence Jackson's was it third?
So much
Second?
disdain.
I don't know. I'm
Why?
just saying. You want me to? This is
He
the
got
narrative
his third. He
push.
got his third.
He got his third. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, and this is real spill.
Here we go. Here we
what?
go.
What?
There you go. Go ahead. Go ahead. I ain't said nothing.
You always talking about picks, nigga. You can't draft worth shit. You ain't did shit in the last 7 fucking years. You made 1 playoff appearance in 7 years, and it's gonna be 8. You ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. You ain't never been shit. And I hope he put this motherfucking clip out there, cause you been watching the show with your dog ass, and my brother finna beat your motherfucking ass, nigga. Now it's yours. I ain't got shit else to say.
I think it's funny how you think we can't have a conversation and you need to say all you gotta say and
We
then
have a
turn it
conversation. Let's
over
put
to
my mic back on.
ridiculous.
You want to have a conversation?
Okay.
Let's talk.
Yeah, because the guy is rebuilding.
He been
just
rebuilding
traded-
for how long?
He just made the playoffs in 2020, and then he had a fall off year, and so
He
now
fall off year?
Yeah, he had a fall off year.
So 21 was a fall off year.
After he made the playoffs, he had a
Okay, what
fall-off
happened to
year.
22, 23?
I mean, rebuilding. He's
No,
rebuilding.
that's not a fall off year. We converted, right?
22 and 23, he rebuilding. I just told you he
It
rebuilding.
takes
Why you don't
3
like
years
my
to
answer?
rebuild? 3 years?
Some guys, yeah.
I did it in 1.
You didn't.
Shit.
You didn't.
All right.
You didn't. You 5-2 right now.
I'm competitive in 1.
You won. You won the championship
2 years ago.
Hey, then last year you missed the playoffs.
1 playoff
At 7-7.
1 playoff appearance. 7 years on your. Okay, listen. Look, Lauren.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question.
Does he make the playoffs this year?
No, he's pretty not.
Okay.
What are you proving?
I'm not proving anything.
Okay, so what's the standard that he has to reach?
For what?
For you, because obviously your standards is so high.
Listen, somehow or another you froze, but it's cool. I see you. You back. Listen, 1 playoff appearance in 7 years. And you asked me a question.
The same thing. I asked you what your standard was, not regurgitate everything over and over. What's your standard that he needs to hit?
Playoffs.
Oh, he made the playoffs in 2020.
Once
he got to do it every year.
Ain't that what we doing? You can't
do
win.
He got, I'm saying, do he got to do it every year?
Don't you want to do it every year?
Standard? You don't do it every year.
No.
You do it every other year. So is the standard he got to beat me or higher before I give anybody respect?
He's beat me. He beat me the year. He beat me last year. I will say this. He's the only person that I know of that has beat the defending champ twice. Twice.
Let me talk. I don't want to hear you no more.
You ain't gotta want to hear me, but at the end
Turn it down. Turn it down.
At the end of the day, you already said he don't make the playoffs this year, so that's 1 playoff.
All right, man. He rebuilding.
Potential for 8 years, so that's 1 playoff in 8 years.
There you go.
You know what? You're right. I'm cutting my mic off.
Regurgitating that stale ass, just stale. Anyway,
Ruggs, CEH, Higby, Akers. You had top 10 picks, and you fucked them all off. You
go. You think you the only
picks and don't do shit.
You think you the only person that know how to draft in this league.
I got 12 motherfuckers that I just put out there the other day that either A, MVP or lead the league as a rookie in their position. 12 motherfuckers I put out there that I drafted.
He's the only person that can draft in this league. And drafting is the only way. Drafting is the only way to win.
He drafted well.
You think you are the only person.
Never said I was the only person.
You think you are the only person who can draft in this league. You think you are the only person who can do anything with the draft. So if anybody tries to do anything in the draft, you always criticize them. And you think the only way to win is to draft immaculate every year. You have
an excellent team and you ain't draft everybody you trade.
You got to be a top tier guy.
My question is very simple. No, please. You said you wanted to discuss.
You want to bring up his past. No, I wanted you to turn your fucking mic down. That's what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to shut the fuck up and turn your mic down. Let me have my say. Because when you was doing that, gunshot, boom, boom, boom. Gunshot, boom, boom, boom. I listened and I ain't say a word. Look at there.
Give me some notable.
There you go. Don't fucking matter if he bombed every fucking pick, every pick he ever had. It don't matter. You know why it don't matter? Because he's still in the league and he's still trying. So just because it didn't work out in this 1 year doesn't mean you give up for the rest of the fucking time. Just because you don't like him, so you put a little extra sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of people in this league that's doing well who has bombed on draft picks. So he's rebuilding. Again, he's rebuilding. He just made a traded his best player. We all know what it is. He's gonna lose this game. Right now, El Patron, his projection ain't right because we still waiting on Jonathan Taylor. If Jonathan Taylor plays, that's an extra 18-point boost in that projection. If Jonathan Taylor doesn't play, he has the backup, so he'll get another boost. Black Republicans, once that trade go through, his projection will go down even lower. So he's looking at the number one pick. We all know the number one pick could be running back out of Boise State, or it could be Travis
Hunter.
He's got Brian picked. Brian right now is currently 2-5. And looking like that could be a top 8 pick. If Brian don't make the playoffs, it's a top 8 pick with the number one pick. So the guy's rebuilding. I'm fine with giving him a pass to see how well he does his rebuild.
All right. Okay.
Because some people like to clown people about their draft picks, but I can see you clown World Boss. You clown World Boss for years. Yes. You clown World Boss for years about it. And to this day, you still clown World Boss about his draft picks. But he came. He came. Well, matter of fact, let me see something real quick about that game last week. Where was that game at last week?
193-218.
Who was the home team?
I was.
Okay, so World Boss walked into your trap and made it his trap. He walked into your trap and made it his trap. That's his house. Walk into your trap, make it our trap. That's what he did. Bitch slapped you. And the motherfucker can't draft worth shit. Only thing he drafted that's supposed to be great is LBJ Bijan. So all that, you got to draft well every year because I draft well I mean, that's your thing. We get it. So I understand you want to make it. If you don't draft well, why the fuck you want to draft picks? That ain't how, so what? He fucked up in whatever year that was. He fucked up. Brandon fucked up that same year. He fucking missed on he got Lamb, but he missed on JJ for Jalen Reagor. But he bounced back. He bounced back. You can bounce back from a bad draft. That don't mean you don't try to continue to acquire draft picks to rebuild your squad.
Yes.
Okay then.
Can we
All
agree?
right
Yes,
then.
he getting picks, and I hope he goes out there and does amazing things. The reality is, I hate world boss. I mean, Black Republicans as a person.
World boss get off of your mind.
The reality is, both of them niggas is some island niggas, and both of them niggas some Florida hoes. But I say all of this to say, Black Republicans, he works the waiver wire. He does his motherfucking thing, and I give him his props all the time. I really do. I say Zach Moss, I gave him his props. Tank Bigsby, I gave him his props. At the end of the day, I'm fair and balanced, but I still say what I see. And at the end of the day, one playoff appearance is 7 years. If that was me, I would be getting the business. I would be getting business. Huh?
If time you regurgitated that.
You can call it what you fuck you want, but let
me ask you. Okay. You saying if that was me, because you always want to bring stuff.
If it was me, motherfuckers be giving, they put a foot.
Is he on your level?
Never.
Okay then. So why does it matter?
It don't.
Okay. So why would you compare why would you make that comparison?
Absolutely correct. I will give you your motherfucking flower.
Let it go, man. Let it go. Let it go.
So who wins?
We got El Patron winning, going 4-4.
1-7. There it goes. Now
he get the number 1 pick next year.
This saddens me. I was going. You know what? I'm actually going to go UCD Lions and New Northsiders. New Northsiders 2-5, 4th in the division. Knicks he traded for. He got 3 motherfucking quarterbacks as his top picks. Justin Herbert on the other side, Sam Darnold and Higgins on who he traded for. And you try to throw Higgins out there, boy. You's a motherfucker. At the end of the day, listen.
Why you always hating on Brian?
I'm not hating on Brian, but at the end of the day, if he go out there and try to trade for bullshit and go out there and act like he always doing a motherfucker a favor, niggas is grown men. First off, this ain't our first year in the league. We out here. This is dynasty. So, listen, I'm gonna give you your time. You gonna have your time.
There we
go. At the end of the day, 217, 166, New Northsiders don't give a fuck about none of these games. So they just out here doing their shit. You gonna get 3 wins and you gonna go 3-5. And if you lose, my nigga, oh my God, Monday morning precap is gonna be ruthless. But I got you winning. But you's a cheap bastard. You are a cheap motherfucker. So at the end of the day, New Northsiders 2-6. UCD Lions fighting, nigga, fighting. 3-5. And you gotta fight because you ain't got your first pick and you can't even afford to buy that bitch back. So, nigga, you gonna have to go out here and fight for your playoff life. Because if you miss a motherfucking playoff, nigga, you won't even come in the room no more. Because you ain't got thing. We was peasants. Talk that shit. I don't talk to 9 playoff teams. I don't do this. Fuck you niggas. You one of the worst teams in the league is what you said, nigga. You sit 2-5. Hopefully you get to 3-6. Your world.
Anyway, all that, and the guy could potentially have his 3rd win. He should. Look, New Northsiders, they are going to fight. Like they had a 166 projection last week, came in at 198. You know what I'm saying? That could have won them. I'm not exactly sure in the bragging rights where they won, but there's a lot of teams who came under 198. Brian right now is 217, but he got a wide open defensive player slot. So that's he obviously is targeting somebody in free agency. Probably Ernest Johnson, the linebacker who just got traded.
I honestly think that he is not going to fill that spot because he's facing the New Northsiders and he's waiting. I don't think he's going to fill that spot because he got Lazard questionable. He even got an injured reserve spot. So he might go ahead and fill that.
No, that's Bland. That's Bland. Bland was out, so he might be coming back for this San Fran game. And if Bland is over, last year he was a moneymaker. But he needs like I say, he needs a linebacker or somebody. It got to be somebody who got dropped that's probably gonna be available next in the morning.
I mean, in reality, he got Mark Wilson. I mean, he was averaging 8 points a game. So that's 8 points. If he was just to throw him in there.
Ryan is a great GM. Again, he's obviously targeting somebody.
He wasn't targeting his first round pick.
If not, he would have already had it in there. So he'll get 227, almost projection. That's a contender. He can turn it around. He got win 3 this week, easy game. And then next week, if he's putting up, I know the 49ers is on bye. So CMC and Jordan Mason won't be playing next week against the ass kickers. Now, you've been talking a lot of shit about Brian throwing out the gunshots, going in at him, saying he ain't coming in the room because he's scared. He's already went on record. Has he been already? And this is my time, bro.
Has he been in the room real quick?
He's already been on record to say he gonna beat that ass. That's what he said. He said he gonna beat that ass. He said that a couple weeks ago, and he said it with his chest, with conviction. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't.
So that's what we looking for. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the ass kickers is not paying attention to they game this week, and they looking ahead. So maybe they not gonna be focused this week because they know they lost to world boss. And if they lose to Brian in the same year, what you just say? If that was me, y'all, I'm saying if that become you when you lose,
my ass. Can I go through his numbers? We got 198 190 week 2. Week 3, you got where is he at? There he is right there. 199. Week 4, he came up and he jumped up to 209, shot at his first 200-point game. Week 5, he hit 196. Week 6, he hit 210. He's hit more.
What did he hit? What 210? What did he hit week 7?
Week 7, he hit 203.
So I counted
3
out of the 4 weeks.
3 out of 7.
But out of the last 4, how many have you hit?
3 out of the last 4. That's kind of like.
I mean, he on his shit now.
1 out of the last
turned
7.
it around.
It's kind of like 1 out of the last 7.
Turned it around. What's his projection right now?
Right now, he's projected to hit 217. Does he hit it?
And he missing a slot.
Does he hit it?
Absolutely hit 217. Because once he filled that slot, that's an extra 10 point. You give me an extra 10 point. You give me an extra 10 point.
You gonna bet that quarter pound on it?
Listen. They say you should never say never, but never.
Never. I got Brian winning this, honestly. 3-5. New Northsiders go 2-6. They are rebuilding. They are a true team that's rebuilding. They won a division last year, and they went out there and they went ahead and had a fire sale. That's a team that's rebuilding, not a motherfucker going 1 playoff appearance in 7. Sorry.
Here we go. Listen, here we go.
Here we go. So
I don't even have to make my case because he make it for me.
Yeah.
Let's get to the last game. It's been a long show.
It ain't been a long show. Shit, this is pretty much on pace for what we do for Monday Morning Quarterback. El Patron and Black. No, we didn't do it. We gotta
get to your boy, Sports Buzz. Lord, hey, we got a video this week.
Listen. Bring it in. Bring it in, motherfucker. Motherfucker! I fought for you. I talk shit with you. I gotta deal with this motherfucker over here every week about your ass. And you, every fucking time, you let me down. You did not even take 2 minutes out your motherfucking life to go out there and give me what I hate. And at the end of the day, you only prove his fucking point that you only show up on a fucking win. I ain't got shit to say about your funky ass game. Fuck your game. Fuck everything about you and everything. That's what I hate. I hate the fact that you don't make the shit consistent. All you gotta do is take 2 minutes, pick up your fucking phone, and say, hey, what the fuck I hate? And you can hate on him, you can hate on me, you can hate on anybody. I ain't got shit to say about your punk ass game, cause Chibo gonna put his fucking burger foot in your monkey ass with your size 6 shoes, nigga. You are fucking clown. And
that was harsh. I don't have that much heat for Sparks Bucks, but I see what he's trying to do. Listen, I called it every time he do the damn what I hate, he loses. So maybe he's like, listen, man, I want to win. He thought it was a joke last week. He was like, I guess I'm gonna lose.
Team of the week 3 weeks in a row. How he gonna beat him? How he gonna beat him, Roy? How did they beat him?
Listen, man. I called every time he do it, he lose. So maybe he was thinking, hey, I can't do it this week. I want to win. Because he really thought he was going to do it and win. He was feeling the hype. He came off a 240-point game. He was feeling the hype. But I told him Flowers going to give him a single-digit game. And what did Flowers do? He kind of got hurt, but he gave him a single-digit game. What's going on, Jordan? You all right? You scared him with all that screaming. Goodness gracious. Let's go to Chibo Burgers. We want to give Chibo Burgers his flowers. One of the 3 back-to-back team of the weeks. Chibo Burgers is on fire, leading the league in scoring, leading the league in bragging rights.
He's trying to get him another one of these.
He is, man. This is the dominance that we felt in 2018 when he was running shop through the league. And I mean, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry are a big play waiting to happen every fucking week. Chibo Burgers was feeling the pressure. I could tell he was feeling the pressure on Sunday. Didn't get a phone call from him. I think I said something to the room. He gave me all he said was yes, but I could feel that it wasn't like yes. It was more like yes, like fuck you won't, Roy. I kind of left it alone. We felt all that emotion come out Monday night when
you are the king of
those big plays came. We felt all the emotions come out Monday night when the big plays came with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson went nuclear level Monday night. We kind of felt that. I was like, yes, fuck yeah. He was like, fuck yeah. He's like, go run, tell that, or some shit he said.
Lamar Jackson on the NFC?
Yeah, Mark.
22-1. Yeah, and now 23.
Yeah. So, I mean, Chibo got a monster. I think this 259 is the highest. And I'm sure if he really wanted to, he could find somewhere to get it to 260. But 259 is the highest projection of all time in this league. Chibo Burgers is killing it. So we got to give him his flowers. What everybody wants to see. First off, everybody wants to see Team Commish stay undefeated. We are positive, sure. Even this guy who's playing me is like, hey, if I'm gonna be a part of history, I want to be a part of Team Commish, whooping my ass and they going undefeated. So everybody want to see Team Commish undefeated go up against Chibo Burgers Week 13. Week 13 is kind of like Week 8. No buys. Everybody, so you kind of get this week you get a good shot, a good look at your team. No buys, what you got, and you'll get another look at them week 13. Buys, no excuses. So that's gonna be a good game. As far as Sparks Bucks go, he did show up this week in the chat room, and he wanted to
Today.
talk about his Jordans. He didn't
He showed
want to
this
talk
week.
about
Today. You motherfucker, you showed up today.
I ain't got no hate for Sparks Bucks like he do. I don't know what it is, but hey, we knew after a loss. This is on par. After a loss, we don't get what I hate. What I hate is not coming back until he wins. So, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to talk about? You know what I'm saying? He feels real good. He feels real confident, real cocky after a win. So until that win comes, what I hate is not an option. I know that. You know that. The league knows that. So that's all you got to say. That's all I got.
This has been a very interesting show.
Before we go, just want to, give a shout out to our old business partner. And I just want to say, they got the Big Mac. We got the Big Mick. Wait a minute. It is on like our jump shot. Chit-a-ling-a-ling-ling. Swish. Now go run tell that.
I again hate you and everything about you. I hate you and 10 niggas that look like you. But other than that, this has been a compelling and interesting show. You got any closing words for the people before I send them out?
I just want to. No, I ain't. I was gonna wish some guys luck, mainly Team Commish, but I don't wish people luck because
Why?
I don't want. Well, especially I don't want anybody to have good luck against me.
You have a very you believe in superstition. You have these look, y'all, we not gonna get
Fantasy football guys are true, and we must praise the fantasy football guys. If you don't believe in the fantasy football guys, that's fine. I'm just saying.
I do. You do.
If you believe in them, like I do, you just don't play with them. World Boss, he played with him. The fantasy we said for years the fantasy guys was on his side. He got so big that he started dissing the guys when he even if he won because he didn't win more, he dissed him and say, "I'm too good for the guys." And then next thing you know, he was tanking for 2 years. Brian, we see what happened to his team. He used the guys to win a championship. The year he was, I'm the guy. He made a pact with the guys that every day until he not the champion, he was gonna say a quote to honor them. And then all of a sudden, 5-6 weeks in, he got tired. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I got my chip. Fuck my pact I made with the guys.
To the guy.
Fuck it. We ain't seen her. Well, he been around, but I think the guys got him all the way to the championship game last year just to break his heart, and then they crumbled it.
Crushed
in
that.
2013. But he coming back. He gonna be 3-5 this
Does he
week.
make the playoffs?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be like here's the thing, and we said this in the rankings thing. In the rankings,
You gave me
we got 7 teams that's tied for 9th place in the league. We got six, assuming the the top 6 makes the playoffs. Big Lawrence, especially with that injury, he's 5-2. All he needs to win is 3 more games out of the next 7. But he's 5-2. So Big Lawrence gets in, whether a wild card or a division champ, that leaves 2 spots. I think if fucking Hurricane Walker can just wake his ass up, like set your goddamn alarm, man. Just set your alarm. I think he could take one of those spots, if not win the division. And I believe Gronk could possibly come back, either win the division or get one of those spots. Those are 2 that I think can get it. But I mean, you got Cheese,
The guy you put in the division?
Bucks. I did have Cheese win the division, man, but I did not count on him dissing the gods because them last 3 weeks, I mean, the guy went from 3-1, and then the last 3 weeks, brutal losses.
What you didn't count on was that Green Bay stack that I believed in. But listen, y'all, this has been one of the greatest shows that I've done, and I'd like to say shout out to my co-host for making this what it is. So shout out to them. But we finna go out. Y'all gonna enjoy this show. I see y'all motherfuckers in the morning.
Peace.